the second engineering curve, it is the involute curve. So what is meaning of involute? It is the curve traced by a end of a string when it is wound or wrapped around the polygon or circle by keeping it always tight. Okay, so let us see how the involute is drawn. So we can draw the involute curve for a circle or for a polygon. So here in the example, we have taken this square and we will draw the involute. So basically involute, this is the curve which is traced by the end point of a string when that string is wound around the polygon or around a circle. So in order to draw the involute, we can take the string of any length, but here I have taken the string length that is equal to the perimeter of this square. Okay, so we will start the involute from this point. Okay, so I have connected one point to this polygon. Okay, and we have to keep this string always tight as we are wrapping this on this polygon. Okay, so from this location, so your curve will start from this point, then it will extend up to this point and it will have the same radius. Okay, that is equal to the total length. So this distance, that is the initial length of that string. So this is equal to perimeter, that is a 4a. So this was the fixed point of that string. And this was the first radius. So when we draw the involute curve for a polygon, then its radius, it will keep changing. So take this as R1. Okay. Now, as we wrap this in the anti-clockwise direction, then its center, which was originally C1, it will change and it will become C2. Okay. So for the remaining curve, its center will be C2. And this is the radius, which is R2. Okay. So next curve will be like this. Okay. So this radius, this is equal to R2. And for this is the center. Now again after this point, so you can name this point. Take this as a P1. So here this is P2. Then this is P3. Okay. Now this center C2, it will shift to C3. Okay. And the new radius, so this is the R3. So with R3, you have to draw the remaining involute. Okay. So after C3, so this involute or this curve is drawn with the radius R3 and by taking C3 as a center. Okay. And after that, from C3, the center will shift to the location C4. Okay. This is the radius R4. And the remaining curve, So this is the remaining curve. Okay. So this curve, it will end at the starting point, that is the C1. And this radius, this is the R. So final radius, it must be equal to the side of this polygon. Okay. So if the initial length of that string is equal to the perimeter. Okay. So this is how involute is drawn. So this is one example only for this square. We can draw the involute for any polygon, or we can draw the involute for circle or semicircle. Okay. So now we will see how to draw the involute for a circle. So you can note down the problem for the circle. So here we have to draw the involute curve for a circle with diameter 50 mm when a string is wrapped on it, keeping it always tight. So to draw the involute for the circle, so first draw the circle with the given diameter. So this is equal to 550. Okay. Now divide this circle into 12 or 8 equal parts. So if you want to have a smooth curve, then divide this into 12 equal parts. Or even you can divide it into 8 parts. Okay. So I will show this in the AutoCAD. So first draw the circle. Then divide the circle into 12 parts. Okay. Now take the draw horizontal line. So this line, it will have the length equal to the circumference. So it is 157. So on this line, so divide this line into 12 equal parts. Okay. So this is the first division. So similarly, draw the 12 arcs. So your final arc, it must be on the end point. Okay, so in this way, you can divide the line into 12 equal divisions. So here, this is the last division. Then you should give the names. So this is point 1. Okay. So similarly, give the names to each segment on this circle. So as we want to draw the involute, that means we will start from the point 12. So basically this line, it represents a string. Okay. So we will try to wrap this string around this circle. Okay. So as we start wrapping this string, its a point which is in contact with this circle, it will keep changing. Okay. So initially this string, it is in contact with this circle at this point. Okay. So after some revolution in the anti-clockwise direction, the point of contact, it will change and it will become 0.1. Okay. So this 0.1, it will touch to this point. Okay. Again, after some time, this 0.2, it will touch at this point. So here, basically, the radius, it will keep changing. Okay. So initially, this is the complete radius when this is the center. When 0.1 is the center, its radius will be 1 to 0.12. When 2 is the center, its radius will be 2 to 0.12. Okay. So similarly, its radius will keep changing. So in order to draw that arc with radius 1 to 12 or with radius 2 to 12, you have to draw the line from point 1, point 2, point 3, and these are the tangent lines. Okay. So you should draw the tangent line from this point. Okay. And when 1 is the center, you should take the length 1 to 12. So first draw tangent lines. So this tangent line, it must be perpendicular to this radius. Okay, so it must be perpendicular to this radius. So this is the first tangent line. Then similarly draw the tangent line from point 2. Okay, so in this way you can draw the tangent line from each segment. And now refer on this line 1, we should mark the length from point 1 to 12. Okay, so you can measure this, or you can take this direct distance 1 to 12 in your compass. So this is 143.88. You should take this distance in your compass. Okay, don't measure this length by scale. Take this directly in your compass. 143. So right now it is 143.88. Okay, so basically you will draw the arc on this line, which is drawn tangent at point 1. Okay, so you will get this arc if you draw the arc by using compass. After that, when this line, that this string, it touches at point 2, then we will get the radius from point 2 to 12. Okay, so take the distance 2 to 12 in compass. So right now this is 130.8. Okay, so we should draw this arc from distance 2 to 12. Then after that, take the distance 3 to 12. So from 3 to 12. So take this in compass 3 to 12. Okay, so we will draw the arc here on this line. So you have to repeat this procedure. After that, take 4 to 12 distance. And then one line is missing. Okay. So take 4 to 12. Then after that, take 5 to 12, 6 to 12. Okay. And 11 to 12. So 11 to 12, it will be on this line, which is line tangent to the point 11. Okay. And then from each this arc, draw the smooth curve. Okay. So for the circle, you cannot draw the arc by using compass. So it is only possible if there is a fixed center. In case of last example, that is for this square, there was a fixed center. Okay. So if you draw the involute for such polygon, then this center it will be fixed. Okay, for some revolution. But here center is changing as this is a circle. Okay, so we need to draw the arc as a smooth curve. Sorry, we need to draw this smooth curve. So after that, we should connect all these points. So actually, this is not a perfect curve. Okay, so this is your complete cycloid, sorry, involute for a circle. Okay. So you can give the names. So for point 1, that is line tangent to point 1, you can give the name as a C1 or P1. Okay, so in this way, you can draw the involute for a circle. So I will show the animation. So you can understand how this path is traced by the end point of that line. So here you can observe. So instead of string, I have taken a straight line. Okay, so you can consider this as a rod. So if this rod is moving on this circle, okay, so its end point, it will trace the same curve, that is the involute. So you can observe here. So every time this rod is tangent to this circle, so this is how the involute curve is generated. So you can generate this curve by taking a string. Its one end must be fixed or connected to the circle, and its other end, it will trace this path that is called as the involute, or this path can be traced by using a rod. Okay, so that rod must be tangent to the circle. So this is involute which is generated by a single point. So in this animation, you can see the double involute curve. That means if this is the rod, initially it is tangent to the circle, okay? And if it is revolving on this circle, and every time that rod is tangent, then we will see how the both the points will generate the curve. Okay, so this is called as a double involute for a circle. So right now we have seen the involute for a polygon, that is a square, and the circle. Okay, even the involute is possible for the semicircle. Okay. So in the next lecture, we will see how to draw the involute for the semicircle.